Hey y'all, I'm Talise Home Earth Queen, and yesterday I did a post saying that I feel sorry for women who have to have hospital births. And it was quite controversial because some women were like, yeah, I agree with that, and some were like, well, I had a hospital birth and it was great. And I would like to say that the women who have great hospital births is an exception to the rule. Usually those women have had to champion hard or have, a doula who's there or someone there saying, this is what I want, and, I don't care how many times you come in here and try to convince me otherwise, this is what I want. Or have done tons of research to say, this hospital has what I want. And a lot of times women just say, I had to advocate for myself a lot, and I made sure I stayed strong on what I did and did not want. And I'm saying all that to say that that's usually the exception to the rule, which shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to advocate for yourself in the hospital. The job for the hospital is to help you supposedly have your baby in a safe environment. And especially as a black woman, we hear that that is not the case. Many black women are dying, and the babies are dying all the time in hospitals. It's just not safe. And even outside of that, I had some other reasons. You can't move in the hospital. You're restricted. You have the IV you're walking around with, or they won't let you walk around. When it's time to give birth, you have to be laying down on your back, which is going against gravity, which makes no sense at all. You're trying to have something come out of you, but they say, hey, lay down, we'll put it back and put your feet up. Makes no sense. They don't allow you to give birth in pools. I have heard of some exceptions to the rule. Most can't. I just had a friend of mine who was in the birth pool that was in the hospital room, and then they told her to get out once the baby was getting close to coming. They don't allow births to progress naturally. They say, oh, you're moving too slow. Your labor is moving too slow. Let's give you Pitocin, which has tons of dangerous side effects. And then, because your labor is not progressing naturally, it becomes very painful. It's very intense. So then they say, well, because you're in so much pain, let's give you something else. Let's give you an epidural, which has other side effects. I've heard from women, I've never got one, but I've heard from women and doctors, they have lifetime side effects from getting an epidural. So those things. They don't allow you to eat or drink. They say here you can have some ice chips and, sustain yourself off that. If you're laboring at home, you can eat or drink whatever you want, which can give you the energy to be able to continue with your labor if you're having a long one. And of course, now they have all these extra rules because of what's going on. Like, you can only have one person in your room. At your house, you can have as many people as you want. You can have your children in attendance. You certainly can't do that at a hospital. So I just wanted to share this, which kind of set me over the edge in terms of why I feel sorry for women who have to have hospital births. Some women have to do it. It's an emergency. Something has happened that you need to do there. I certainly don't understand women who say, yeah, I want to schedule a C-section to have my baby. Or I just think it's right. I feel that it's a lack of education, and I feel that with my book, Home is Where the Birth Is, the stories of my 6 home births and how you can do it too, which you can find on Amazon and my website, TaliseHomeBirthQueen.com. And also now I have an ebook for $5.99 on Amazon that you can get too. But with my book as an excellent resource, you can see that I have had 6 home births, including breech twins. All my children were safe. I was safe. I was healthy. Everything was fine. And there are women all over who have births at home all the time, and women who don't even make it to the hospital who plan to have a hospital birth. So you should still just be prepared anyway. But another reason I feel sad for women is that I had a friend who had a hospital birth, and so she brought me the paperwork home that they gave her concerning, the situation with the what going on. I don't want my video to get blocked by saying certain things. But it says, what changes can we expect to the delivery room experience? If you desire skin-to-skin care for your baby near the time of delivery, Your upper chest will be cleaned with baby wipes and your hands will be sanitized. You must wear a mask. We will bathe the baby immediately after skin to skin is done. So many things. So one, what is the time limit for skin to skin? When have you got your proper amount of skin to skin? There is no proper time. Your baby should stay on you as long as you can, and then you should be nursing it after that. Then they said your hands and chest should be sanitized. I used to be a teacher, and during the summertime, whenever we were cleaning like the boards, the dry erase boards, when sometimes children would use permanent markers on them, we used hand sanitizer and it would come right off. Ever since then, and that was a long time ago, I said I'm not using hand sanitizer. I'd rather use soap and water. And because you're supposed to have certain germs in your body, but to me, that is my personal opinion, it strips away everything. And so there's no way in the world I would put hand sanitizer on my hands and then touch my baby with my hands. And then I have to wear a mask. So my baby's first time seeing me, I have a mask on. But hey, baby, I love you. Oh, that precious. Oh. No, thank you. Then it says all moms and support persons, which is one person. I don't know why they're saying persons. They're only allowing one person in the room now. Are asked to wear a mask over the mouth and nose at all times. So people are complaining about just having masks on in general, walking around doing regular activities in public. But I'm supposed to be laboring, concentrating on my breath, being in a relaxed state. And you want me to do all of this with a mask on? Then it says support persons are only to visit the patient room and should not go to other locations within the facility, including the newborn nursery. So who is going to be checking on the baby? But they love that. We'll take your baby, do whatever we want to do with it. You have no clue what has happened to your baby. Your support person can't go see it either. And you only have to stay in the room with the mother. I just really feel sorry for women who, for whatever reason, have to go to hospitals today. And I think that's why we're certainly seeing an increase in women having home births, because people are putting their thinking caps on. They're saying, I want my family there. I want to be able to move around. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat. I want to be able to see my baby from the time it comes out till forever. And so it just makes me sad. But hopefully this video and the positive comments that are in support of what I'm saying encourages you women out there who are undecided, who are on the fence, or who want to have a home birth, but people still saying, girl, don't do that, da-da-da-da-da-da. Stay tuned for my next video that's going to be talking about having a pain-free birth, because that's the next thing they want to keep you with. Oh, well, it's going to hurt. My last birth didn't hurt at all because I used tools that I learned to make that happen. So remember, home is where the birth is.